The Reece and Rob Podcast.
All right.
Are we in there?
In there. That's how you feel.
Yeah, that's how I feel. We just got back from vacation.
You feeling like Chapo?
Well, yeah, but we did not go to Colombia or Mexico.
No,
so.
we did not.
I would love to.
Yeah, that would be really dope.
I was supposed to go to Colombia for my bachelorette.
That's so, COVID-19 and the way that it is dismantled. So many plans, so many things that were supposed to happen is just a tragedy. But we still got busy.
Yeah, we did. We managed to successfully get away
and get out of the country.
And so I just felt like it was right to start off this episode with the theme song to Narcos. I miss Narcos.
Yo, I love that song.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Even without the show.
Yeah, I know.
I miss the show a lot, but the song is like, it brings me to that space.
One sleep now. Shout out to Grogu.
What y'all know about the
My
Mandalorian?
new obsession. I'm so obsessed. So I finally, while we're on Star Wars, I was one of the few people in the world that has not watched Star Wars for 32 years. I have lived life on this planet and had no clue what anything Star Wars was about until quarantine. And, we got access to Disney Plus. Shout out to our Connect. And I
had to get my wife hip. She told me, she was like, I never saw Star Wars. And I was like, I looked at her like she was like crazy. I was like, what you mean? You never saw Star Wars?
Never saw Star Wars.
And then,
but now I've seen every single movie except Rogue One.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Rogue One.
Yeah, we can
but
get there. But
I've seen every single movie and I saw it in chronological order. And I am all caught up on The Mandalorian. And I'm so invested. And I have like 3 Star Wars shirts. I feel like I can talk the language. I know who Han Solo is now. I know who Leia is now. I know what space buns mean. I know what May the 4th. I'm really excited about May 4th this year.
Can't wait to share
finally,
that,
right? Talk about it with my friends.
To watch the evolution of a person who's never seen
Star
Wars.
I want to dress up in cosplay.
I'm not even mad. To watch the evolution of someone who's never seen Star Wars to now be this person who has 3 Star Wars shirts and is proudly wearing them is like a really...
I'm so late.
It's a really dope thing.
Better late than never, right?
It doesn't matter. If it's so classic. It's such classic material that it doesn't matter if you just picked up on it now. Yeah, it's timeless. It's fine.
It's timeless. So yeah.
You're right on time. Welcome.
Thank you.
We welcome you with open arms.
Yes.
I don't even know what
May the Force be with you.
Do we know is there like a word for what Star Wars fans are? Because Star Trek people have Trekkies. I don't know if there's a word.
Are you really a Star Wars fan then?
Who, me?
Yeah, if you don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I was ever obsessed, but I will say that I've always been down with the team though. I've always been, I've never been on the dark side. Oh man.
Are you looking it up?
There's no word for us. They're just Star Wars fans. That's it. There's no word for us. So Star Trek has Trekkies, but Star Wars fans, we have nothing.
Oh, okay. Have you ever seen Star Trek?
I have. It never was for me though.
Like
never. I tried to get into the show. It's not for me.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad. It's not Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
Episode 53 of the Reece and Rob podcast. I'm Ra.
I am Reece.
And we are back in town and on time for another episode. How was your weekend, Mr. Arrington?
How was my weekend? My weekend was stellar. How was your weekend?
My weekend was by far one of the best weekends I have ever had.
And why is that?
Because I celebrated my solar return, my birthday, my Earth Strong, another year around the sun.
And how did you celebrate your
I celebrated by sneaking out of the country with my husband, getting on a plane, using my passport, going to a island in the Caribbean, driving way up into the high mountains, overlooking the ocean into a private villa, and spent 5 days
Yeah.
just relaxing, reflecting. Yeah, it was amazing. It was
Drinking rum.
drinking so much rum.
Eating things by the beach.
Eating things by the beach, hanging out with locals safely.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was amazing. We have so much footage. We cannot wait to share with you guys. If you don't already follow us on social media, make sure you check us out. And we're on TikTok, much to Maurice's reluctance.
You know what?
We're on TikTok because why not?
I've resigned myself to allow you to be
Manage.
the TikToker. I'm not a TikToker. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a TikToker.
I'm not a TikToker.
No.
Respects to the TikTokers. I'm not a TikToker.
So listen, I'm all about content creating and opportunity. So whatever works.
I'm not mad at it though. It is a
Whatever
good
works. It is. So we're on there. But yeah, we're on there. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube, everywhere. So just make sure to check us out. We definitely got to post a vlog of our excursion on YouTube. So I'm going to ask you on air now because I feel like it's going to hold you accountable. When, sir, can we expect to have that done?
I could tell you I'd be willing to put in a certain amount of time per day.
Okay.
But I'm not going to give you a win because it's going to have to be a collaborative effort.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a collaborative effort. So I don't want to put the pressure and be like next week or 2 weeks from now. We could get it done within that time or maybe even sooner.
I would like that.
But I think we should commit to, let's try to put in an hour or 2 hours a day until it's finished.
Okay, that's fair.
If we can find that time together.
Okay. I can agree to that. Yeah, deal.
That seems like a fair deal to me.
Great. You shook on it.
Because I don't want
on air.
It's fine. I'm going to uphold my commitment. I just don't want to be like, yo, I got you in 2 weeks,
and then
put me. Like I don't want to. That's too much pressure. We're both doing too much for that.
So the backstory on that is we went to Japan 2 years ago, and we took the craziest, illest footage that never saw the light of day. I've seen some footage resurface and other shit for Beats, Brews, and Life and Reece Daniel, but I'm nowhere to be found. I was in the credits in that though. But I'm nowhere to be found in this footage that we have. And I mean, it's some dope, like...
You want to talk about it all?
No, I mean, it's neither here nor there. Okay. And that's the past. And eventually, someday, we will put it out. Okay. But now that we finished our latest excursion, I just wanted to know. Yeah.
For sure. I feel slightly as if you are saying the footage isn't out because Reece didn't get the footage out.
I'm not blaming you.
Just wanted to be clarification.
But you do have all of the hardware and things necessary to edit.
So what we need is reasonable accommodation, like an hour or two per day until we're finished. We need to come to reasonable agreements to get these projects done.
Let's do my birthday trip first.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're not saying where we went for a couple of reasons. One,
can we say the country or just nothing?
I don't want to say anything. And the reason why, and I don't want to be an asshole or like, oh, they're trying to be bougie or secretive. Here's the thing. The place that we stayed at was in a Caribbean island, and the city that we stayed in has like, what are we at? Hold on. Just making sure that my battery on my mic is charged. The city that we stayed on had less than 10 COVID cases. And it was like COVID doesn't exist there. So are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So COVID really doesn't exist there. And so what I've noticed is that when people start going to places that don't have a lot of cases, then all of a sudden cases spike. And some of these countries cannot accommodate the increase in COVID cases. So, when we decided to go, we were very careful. We, made sure that we were healthy enough to go. And of course, we already had COVID. So we have the antibodies in our system already. And so we just we make sure that we were staying in a private location, that we were not interacting with many people. And we said, you know what, we'll wait until the entire world's cases drops before we say where we went. And I think that's...
sorry to interject. First of all, those people wear a ton of masks. Everybody was wearing masks.
Even though it's not prevalent.
It's amazing.
In their city.
America, get your thing together.
Everybody wears masks. Everybody, like you walk in, There's sanitization everywhere.
So
Temperature checks before you even.
You can't even walk into the grocery store without getting your hands sprayed.
And
first of all,
your temperature check. Remember,
Right.
you did the little thing.
Yeah, and the other really dope thing that I really like about where we went was that it did not feel super touristy. It kind of felt low key and off the grid.
Yeah.
And like there are places that you've been in the past that were
touristy,
super low key.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like popping. And we don't want to be the reason. I don't want to see a Starbucks at this place. I don't want to see a Starbucks there. Nope. I would be so hurt. I would be disappointed.
Nope.
It would hurt my soul.
Capitalism is not as great as people think it is. And I remember in 2015, I went to Tulum. Tulum is a small strip, maybe 2 hours outside of Cancun, that when I went was just a local beach town, a couple of restaurants, a couple of bars, a couple of stores, and then just untouched beaches and cenotes, which is our caves. And I went with my two best friends, and we had the time of our lives because we were just with locals. We were hanging out. It was great. And we saw the Mayan ruins, and now you type in Tulum, and it's
popping.
And that's cool because, of course, that brings money to, their town, but there's a lot of negative things that come too with it, like all the people that brought cases, COVID to these little towns and stuff.
Yo,
that kind of sucks. So
I'm not bragging, right? I'm not trying to rub this in anybody's face at all. We got to clarify that. It almost sounds like I'm setting it up for like a bragging situation.
You was stunting.
But there was a day that we was there when we was on a relatively untouched beach. There's like nobody there.
Private beach, yeah.
It wasn't even private. It was public.
Private.
As public as can be, right? But it was just like some locals, maybe like
10 of us, maybe.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 tourists, bunch of locals, and you we don't need to see 50,000 of you there. We don't need to, it's unspoiled territory. And I don't want, I
prefer that type of traveling. Yeah, I do. And we were intentional on this trip because we definitely, our goal was not to be around people. So we wanted to find the most low key hidden spot ever. And I'm glad that we were able to find that. And
very dope.
So please forgive us for not sharing our location, but we're going to share all of the footage that we can. And if you know, of course. And I'll just advise you to do your research. There's millions and millions of cities around the world. And we just ask, if you do decide to travel, to just please make sure that you are at optimal health before you hop on anybody's plane. And now they have a whole bunch of COVID restrictions.
Oh, please know your COVID restrictions, please. Should we tell them the story?
You can.
Okay, I'll tell them the story. And first of all, I'm going to start by a little bit of ownership. I'm going to own the situation. I'm going to own it. It's kind of my fault. I don't feel so crazy responsible because I feel like I was a little bit misled by the DeKalb County of Health, or whatever, DeKalb County Department of Health. I said that wrong the first time. I feel like I was a little bit misled by them, but I should have dug a little bit deeper, and I did not. So we, as you all know, if you follow our page, we had COVID. We got over it, right? The rules of travel that Joe Biden has put in place state that you can travel if you've gotten over COVID and can prove it within the last 90 days, which we have. So I called the County Department of Health. That is a tongue twister. I called them and I asked them to send us our results from the previous 2 COVID tests that we took. One that said we had it, the following 2 weeks later that said we did not have it, which was clearly our proof. So Rod's a little bit apprehensive about that. She's like, maybe that's not enough. We should call a doctor. And I'm like, I don't know what doctor we can call. So I'm like, it should be fine.
Let me insert here that when we got COVID, we never went to a doctor. We
never went to a doctor.
Self-medicated and made sure that we were straight. So we never had a doctor to even let us know if we, had COVID or not. We just took a test.
Yeah.
So, okay, continue.
So we, so I'm like, it's going to be fine. Because I talked to one of my coworkers. He's like, it should be fine. Right. And I talked to the woman from the DeKalb County Department of Health. She's like, nah, this is all you need. This is what the airline needs. I'm like, thank you. So we leave. Everything, no hitches on the way there. The day of us coming home, we get to the airport, we pull up. I show homie our paperwork. He's like, hey, where's your doctor's note? And I'm like, well, like heart sinks immediately. Cause I'm like, oh shit, right? Heart sinks. And he seems like one of those real stickler for the rule type of dudes that's just not going to bend, going to fold, going to budge. He just seems like one of those type of guys. And yeah, he wasn't going for it. We had to speak with his manager. He wouldn't let us speak to his manager. He just wasn't going to do it. And then, somebody came through for us.
Yes. So basically at that moment, I was like, well, what are we going to do? We did not know. We asked what should we do? And they said, you need to provide a doctor's note. What they didn't tell us is that we could have just went upstairs and took a COVID test until after we got cleared to get on the flight. And we saw another homie who we became friends with, who was also in the area. He was just like, yeah, man, I didn't have a test either. I had to go upstairs.
They didn't tell us that. They was going to leave us stuck.
They were going to say they were going to have us rebook a flight. But the guy was an asshole.
Dude was 2 people in front of us in line, and they didn't tell us the same information that they told him.
Yeah. So I had to make a couple phone calls, and we were able to get the information that we needed. They looked at it. They approved it. It was official. But y'all, I have to share this. Reece, I have a lot of anxiety anyone has anxiety when it comes to travel. And I'm one of those persons that triple checks documents and what do we have. And I was annoying Reece like up until the time we had to travel, like to make sure we had it. Did we have it? Something in the back of my mind was like, I don't know if it's going to work, but I was learning as a wife, I am learning to trust my partner. And in the situation where, it didn't pan out as expected, it was funny watching you try to save the situation. We both were, I was making phone calls.
Scrambling.
I was calling people. But at one point, y'all, this man was going to have us try to have us detained or arrested in this foreign country.
I was going to make something shake. Okay?
This man was about to doctor up.
I opened Photoshop in the airport, right? I'm in the airport. I'm like, yo, look. Get online, look up some signatures.
Like, I'm not getting detained. You are not. Have you ever seen Locked Up and Abroad?
I have.
That was that exact. They would have seen that paperwork and be like, arrest these two.
I was going to try.
There was this young girl, I think from Georgia, who got arrested in in the Caribbean for being out and just being out in public.
Might I say
she broke her quarantine?
Oh, okay. Might I say? Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that? She was it was like 3 months.
Oh, they locked her up.
Yeah.
Might I say this is not the place that you want to be locked up at? I don't think you want to be. You don't want to be locked up abroad.
Like, come on.
Yeah, being locked up in America, not ideal. But you can get a care package. Somebody could put something in your commissary. You won't be all right.
You'll
be fine.
No,
being locked up abroad.
No.
You don't speak the language.
But you was about to have us locked up.
We might have got away with it though. You don't know that we wouldn't.
That is exactly what someone says when they're about to rob a bank. That is exactly what somebody says. Like,
listen, y'all.
We might have gotten away with it.
When I tell you,
are you down to rob this bank? Are you down?
Let me tell you.
We might get away with it.
Let me tell you. I was going to try. Okay, I was going to do anything that it took by any means necessary.
I was like, bro, please close your laptop. We just gonna have to. What we're gonna have to do is we're just gonna have to suck it up. And we was like in my head, I already planned out
a hotel. Yeah.
We'll just get a hotel and we'll explore the city tonight. Like I was already making that plan. I'm gonna just have to call my office and tell them I'm not coming in tomorrow. And you was like, how can I? Yo.
I was literally about to just Photoshop.
It was surprising to me because you're usually a rule follower.
I am for the most part.
You follow the rules. First of all, the driving in this country.
Oh my God, yo.
Like Reece is a rule follower. He is 10 and 2, seatbelt on, at the speed limit. He gives distance between him and the car. But the driving, like, yeah, you mad scary when you drive. You just like real.
No. Let's
hold on.
No. 1 second for clarification. My wife drives like
I don't drive crazy.
Like
don't
there's
you dare.
no rules.
There is rules. I do drive.
We drive very different. I don't think I drive scary. I think you drive scary in the opposite direction of me. I think sometimes I literally be in the car.
Aggressive.
Sometimes in the car, I literally under my breath, I'm like,
He clenches
she
his butt
can't-
cheeks. He
Yeah.
clenches
So
your butt
like
cheeks.
this idea that I drive scary, like no, you
No,
just
when I
drive
say scary,
opposite
you
of me.
drive like you're
Cautiously.
92.
I drive. You know what I drive
He's
like?
that guy
I
you're
drive
just like honking.
Nope.
Like,
I drive like people die on the highway. I drive like I want to get home. That's how
so
I
do
drive.
I listen. I drive for me and you because people don't know how to drive. Anyway, that's not the point. We're talking
Disagreement.
about us driving in this foreign country where everybody drives like me. So except Reece.
Disagreements. I think that once I got used to their driving, there's a rhythm and a chaos, right? So it's like not.
So I didn't meet that when I was driving.
I'm saying that I think.
Can you agree to that?
Yes, I think you drive a little bit faster. I think that like so you even said it when we was driving home. You were like, I'm an adrenaline junkie.
I am.
Right.
I love passing cars on a 2-lane highway.
I'm not an adrenaline
And
junkie.
you see the car coming and you're like, am I going to make it past the car?
Okay,
before the car gets
she's
to
telling
us?
me I drive scary. Did you just hear this? Right? You're
No,
adrenaline
my
junkie.
definition of scary is like you're just nervous. That's what I'm
Not
that's what I
even
mean.
nervous. I just don't drive like you.
All right, either way.
Anyway, the thing about driving in this country that we were in is that there's a dance. It's like a dance of chaos where if you know, you get in where you fit in. If you don't, oh well, wouldn't want to be you. I caught it by like the second day.
Second or third day.
I caught it by like the second day. But like, yeah, they're not waiting. They're jumping out. You know, they might ride the middle lane while there's a car on both sides. Like there might be 2 lanes, a 2-lane highway. It might be a car here, one in the middle of the lines, and the car over here. And it seems like crazy, but once you peep it,
was
like
good. It was cool.
it's a complicated dance. I wasn't mad at it.
It was fun. But it was a good trip. 5 days we got away. I recommend, last thoughts on this is that if you do travel, just please make sure you read all the COVID-19 restrictions before coming back into the United States of America.
Maybe get a doctor's note.
Yes. No, well, yeah, you just got to take a test. And they're making it easier. So right now the restrictions just came out January 26th. So right now everybody's scrambling and everybody's like super trying to figure everything out. But maybe in like the next couple of weeks, couple of months, it'll be a little bit easier because I know that airports are going to start having the rapid test at the airport so that you can just take the test and get back on the plane. But yeah, just be wise. Just be wise and be smart with whatever you're doing. Research where you're going. Find out what the cases are looking like there, where you're staying. We decided not to stay at a hotel. We got an Airbnb, and yeah, it was the time of our lives.
Any particular highlights for you?
A lot of highlights.
Yeah.
Reece hired a private chef to come to our villa
It was pretty dope.
to cook, and shout out to what's her name, Iris. She cooked, oh god, amazingly. And then you hired a masseuse to give me a massage on my actual birthday, and yeah, it was just perfect, yo. It was so chill. It was quiet. It was it was so scenic and serene, and the energy. I needed that. It was a good birthday.
Really cool. Yeah.
It was a good birthday. Now, what are we gonna do for yours? Yours is in August. I feel like I gotta like put my stuff together now.
So mine is gonna be I think it's gonna be unexpected because you caught wind of me saying a couple of things that I was thinking in my mind. So it could either be another island.
I mean, listen, islands are my thing.
It could be another island, but it could be something super chill, like something in America, right?
Hey, there's a lot of untapped land in America there's places that I want to go in America that I haven't had a chance to do.
You know, if I have my choice, it's gonna be something that is like there's gonna be something music related about it. There's gonna be
hopefully by August, people will be it'll be a little bit more normal.
Maybe people are getting
vaccinated.
You getting vaccinated?
I haven't reached that point yet. It's in the air. We're thinking about it.
Okay.
I haven't said yes or no. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I am a wait and see kind of person.
I think if I had the opportunity, I'd let them stick the needle in my arm.
I know you got the flu shot, so you vaccine.
I didn't get it this year though.
Oh,
I've only gotten the flu shot one time in my life,
and that's when
I got the flu.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But no, I'm not. Listen, we're not. This is not what this podcast is about. We're not going to even do that. But do what's best for you and your family. moving on.
Okay.
So I did have a question for you.
Okay.
It's in regards to all of these challenges that we see every 10 minutes that you so hate. You hate so much. And so it was, okay, so the first one was the busted challenge, right? Everybody's.
Yeah.
And then now it's the silhouette challenge. And next week it's going to be a new challenge. So my question to you is, how do you feel about men that don't allow their women to sexually show themselves for the internet or, you know, thirst trap? Or that's my question to you, because I see there's like 3 different crowds. You have your women who are single, who are like trying to catch somebody's attention, you know, through these challenges. You have your women who are in a relationship and their husband is like, yeah, do it, drop it, support it.
Okay.
They'll maybe make a cameo or whatever. And then you have the women that do it and the men stop them in their tracks and they're like, that's inappropriate. Nobody's supposed to see this but me.
Damn, I can relate to both sets of men. I could relate to the idea of being like,
but the single woman is cool.
I have so many mixed feelings about this. This is such a complicated situation.
Keep it short.
So I'm gonna ask you a question after I'm done too. Okay. So for starters, the part of me that hates the challenges is the fact that everybody does it. It becomes so monotonous. So many people doing it. It's just like, can I throw my phone out the window? And it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
None of it's different. Some of them, some people do creative challenges and kind of switch up the game, but it just gets very old very quick for me personally.
Just in general with challenges.
Just in general. And then there's the second part of me, which is this. I gotta explain the complications of men. The second part of me is very all for a woman's sexual liberation, the right to show your body, to be as sexually free as you want to be. Like, I salute that shit. I think it's really beautiful at times, right? I love it. And then there's the third part of me, which is like, damn, like every single one of our pictures is just like the ass first. And it's like, I struggle with like this idea of like, is that the best we show people? Is it the only thing we show people? Because like in a lot of cases, it seems like it is like the one thing that people constantly want to show. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm complex like that. And it's a complex thing to me.
Well, sorry. So what's the question that you wanted to ask me?
So the question that I want to ask you is why a married woman wants to do the busted challenge or wants to thirst trap, like
for themselves.
For themselves.
For whatever purpose. There shouldn't be a reason why. If they want to do it, they could do it. I don't think that they have to provide a reason. Some women want to do it maybe for attention, maybe part of content, maybe. If
it creates challenges in your relationship or it shouldn't.
Why would it?
Like, I think that there's a lot of reasons why it could. I think there's a whole lot of reasons why it could.
Like
what? Yeah, I mean, like the idea that your significant other may think that you're seeking attention outside of the relationship, number one. I also think that, yeah, like some men and some women do kind of have like a more conservative view or approach to certain things and maybe feel like that's not exactly what they want their family out here looking like. And that's a whole nother conversation. So it's a lot of complexities in it to me. I don't think it's as simple as let it go, let it be. But don't get me wrong either. Never gonna stop you from doing what you want to do. I might.
But then that's how resentment is built.
But that's okay. I might also voice my opinion, be like, hey, I don't really like that so much. But I'm never gonna stop anybody from doing anything.
Of course, but that's kind of like a psychological trip to somebody to say, like, especially if you don't support it, if you really don't support it. So, and I cannot speak for every woman and what their intentions are, but I can speak for myself. And you met me as a sexually liberated woman. Like, if anyone looks at my Instagram, there's shots of me in a bikini or in a swimsuit or in a revealing clothing that accentuates my curves. Hell, my birthday picture that I just dropped, that you took a picture of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I think all of those photos have been pretty tame though. I don't think any of it was wild at all. I think pretty much everything that you've ever.
But that's to you. But what if there's men out there who may not think it's tame? there's men out there who may think that the same photo that you're like, oh, it's okay. They're like,
Right.
wow, oh my God, you're whatever.
I think that's really. I think that what I've seen is really tame. It's such an
So
interesting
if I were, because okay, like for example, our vacation, I took a ton of pictures that are revealing, that show a lot. You know what I mean?
I guess I didn't see them as so revealing. Like, you took, so this is my opinion. You took some really dope photos in a bathing suit that you would wear outside to the beach. I don't even see that as like, I mean, I know it's like
so if
revealing your
Savage
curves.
Fenty wanted to sponsor me to do some lingerie,
Sure. I think that, okay.
how is that different?
I'm gonna try to explain it the best way that I can without making myself seem like some type of monster of a man.
Well,
right?
I mean,
because this could go really left, and I gotta word this really cautiously.
Okay, because you're not sounding very.
So I think that there is a difference between a woman who wears a bikini in a photo shoot or lingerie in a photo shoot, and I think that that can be done really tastefully, really artfully, and that's just my opinion. Who am I? My opinion does not count for anything when a person does what they want to do. Then I also think that there's like a difference, because like there are you do have half of somebody's OnlyFans on their Instagram page as well, and I think that there's two totally different comparisons. I don't even think that they're like night and day to me, right? I see the curvy models who reveal a lot, who may even be wearing a bikini with a thong, and I still don't see that as like necessary. I think that even can be no. I mean,
so like you're like selecting,
even,
like
no.
You are art, but you are not. You're very classless.
I'm not. I'm stating my opinion. I can't say
your opinion is sounding like you selected.
No,
choose
I
what's
think you're
art and
throwing
what's
sauce
not.
on my words. So no, I'm not choosing what's art and what's not.
I need y'all to help me.
No.
With
Listen to what I'm fully
What?
saying. Listen to what I'm fully saying. There are differences. You know that there's a difference between a page that is basically an OnlyFans that like has certain things blanked out. Like it's a completely night and day type of look. You can try to say that it's not if you want to, but that's
There
a
are
fact.
women who don't have an OnlyFans and have pictures that accentuate their curves, and they don't have a lot of clothes on, and it comes across as artsy.
That's a fact.
So
what's the difference? You tell me what the difference is. Do you think that there's a difference between?
It doesn't matter. Let them do what they do. If that's how
I
you
will
feel,
agree that it doesn't matter. But
doesn't
let's
matter.
talk. Okay. So
my
that's fair.
question.
Does it matter in a relationship? Does it matter to the woman or does it not?
But
so
that's what I'm
does it
saying.
matter to some men? Like, yes, I just explained how complicated of a feeling it is for men to kind of sit back and watch. Sometimes it's a very complicated feeling. Sometimes.
And so you think that is that a deal breaker? Could that can really damage a relationship?
I think it could damage a relationship without like real conversations and without really like getting to the to the nitty gritty of
like, sir, do I have permission to post this photo? That is so problematic to me.
I don't think that you need to do that. But
well, I've never done that.
But give me a second though. But okay, but would you go ahead and start like would you start at OnlyFans without consulting me?
No.
Right. So it's just a respect thing. It's not necessarily about control or you post this photo. You can post whatever you want.
Okay, so devil's advocate. Why do men feel the need to stop their women from doing it? Like I
can't speak on that.
Okay. You can't, because you said that you understood the complexities of both.
Yeah,
men.
so I can't speak on that. I've never tried to stop anybody from doing anything.
But you understand.
I understand the complexity of it. Like so in a sense, I think that some men there are some men who do want to keep those images for themselves, right? Or the images of their wife for themselves. I can't say that they're right or wrong. It has to be a conversation that two people have in their own relationship, right? I think that a lot of men could be comfortable with what their woman does. Maybe if it's something that they like, and this is extremely complicated, so I cannot explain this. I can't explain this, right? Mm-hmm. I think that there are some men, when you get into a situation and this is what your woman is doing from the beginning, I think that sometimes there's a little bit more of acceptance. I think if it comes out of nowhere, you're like, yo, what's going on here? Right? It becomes a question. Am I not giving you enough attention? Are you seeking more than what I have to offer you? Like, what is it that you're seeking?
So it's feeding into the insecurities of men.
It could be, but where's it coming from for women? We can't just focus on men about this.
No, we're not. But I'm just highlighting how some men.
It very well could be perceived as that. But what is a woman getting out of this, and why the change now? Like that's another question.
Now, then that is a conversation. But if a woman
Right.
has always been this way, when you met her and then you decided to marry her, and she's still doing what she used to do, you know what I mean, in terms of how she is showcasing herself, there should be no question of surprise or like, no, you can't do that now that you're married. If that's who you met,
I won't argue. I think you're right.
But a lot of men do that.
So devil's advocate here. I have more questions. So do you think that, and this is no shade, no judgment. I hate setting it up like that because it sounds like shade.
It's all
judgment.
shade and all judgment.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not, because I tend to take an anthropological view of things.
Word.
I take I can't even say it again. I take that view of things where it's like I'm observing people's culture, and I'm not here to judge your culture, right? Like, I know what I feel and what I believe, but like it's not about me judging what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, like one of the questions that I want to ask you is like,
anthropological is relating to the study of humankind.
Exactly. So when as a woman is it time, or is it ever time? And this is completely a woman's decision. But like, let's say you have a family, you have, 2, 3 kids. Like, do you think it's ever a time to put that away, or is it just about your sense of liberation and freedom? Like, does it become about the larger theme of the family, or is that not really something that exists?
That is a case-by-case scenario. That is up to the woman and what she wants to do with her family.
Okay.
And if she has a husband, that's what they want to do, because
right.
There are women out here like Cardi B, for example, who has a child and has not changed who she is. Who she was and who she is are very similar, but she just has money now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she has a child now. She has a husband now, but she's still who she is.
Yeah.
Is that problematic?
It's not problematic for me, no.
No, well, it shouldn't be, because that's not your business. If it is your business, you know what I mean?
But like I think sometimes you take this really hard line stance of like, nah, just whatever, right?
What
it's
do you
not
mean?
Nobody. What I mean by that is like,
if a woman decides to continue, like if a woman decides to,
it is case by case, and it is about what you feel.
It's about the person.
But when you sign up with another person, it's not just about what you feel.
There are men.
It's about what y'all feel.
If there are men who co-sign their women stripping,
so be it.
And that's how she makes her money. There are strippers who are married with children out there who are thriving.
Yeah, I'm not here to judge that, but I think that there is like this idea, like, so I think the stance that you take is very hard line, and like, it's all her, right?
No, I'm not saying it's all her, but
right.
Like it's her body.
It's her body. It's her decision. But I also think that it has to come into the context of like, what does this mean for my family structure? What does this mean for my man? What does this mean for how we gel and how we cope and how we click?
I'm sure that most women put those things into consideration, and if their husband is okay with her decision and what she wants to do, and he doesn't have a problem with it, or he genuinely doesn't have a problem with it. Not that he doesn't say it, because some men say they don't have a problem with it, and then they do. And that comes up in the relationship, and that's how relationships end, because no one's honest. But if there's an honest conversation and everyone is on the same page, like for the example of women who end up doing what they want and their family is okay with it, then so be it.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that.
Then so be it. So be it. If she wants to showcase her body, that's her prerogative. It really is. I feel
as long as everybody's on the same way.
I don't like when like men kind of like, I can't, like me stopping you from doing what you want to do for yourself. Who am I to stop you?
What limitations is there though?
I don't think there is any, because because we are like-minded.
Well, you know who I am.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so knowing who I am.
But you have limitations for me?
No. Just hear me out. So knowing who I am right now and who I've never been, if I decided to, get super shredded and start thirst trapping and started an OnlyFans, how would you feel about it?
I will share and blast all your shit. You know me.
I hear that.
You know me.
We're not the same person.
I can't start an OnlyFans?
I'm not with the shits. I'm not with the shits myself. I'm not going to stop you, but it could be a strain on our relationship.
Oh man, guys. Well, you've heard it here first.
I will own my truth.
We finally found the deal breaker in recent.
I will own. It's. I'm like I said. It's not a deal breaker, but it would be a strain. It would be a strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta admit my truth. I can't live in somebody else's truth.
I got you. I got you. So no OnlyFans coming out from me anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. According to my husband, once that happens, you'll know that the relationship is over.
Not my words. Not my exact words.
Yeah, but essentially your words. I think, but hey.
Just past the arts course. Yeah. Just past the arts course.
All right, moving on. Since that got awkward, what are you listening to? Coming off a vacation, give me some.
I'm on Mad Lib's latest album.
Okay.
I've been listening to Road of the Lonely Ones a lot more than any other song. I think that's been the one, and I feel like I've heard it before this album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my way right there.
It's a freestyle moment. You was freestyling on vacation.
I was. We were drinking a lot of rum too, though.
We drank a lot. I was wasted twice, like 2 or 3 nights in a row.
We had a couple of nights.
Yeah, it was great. It was amazing.
We were in the villa
the
chilling
whole
though,
time.
so it wasn't even.
It was a bomb ass villa, so it wasn't
just
a bad.
Chilling, like
It was like quarantining there.
We were at home, not driving, being responsible about it, like you know,
we didn't go out and drink. Like we had
on your birthday, we stayed home. We went out early and then we got home and then we just stayed in.
Yeah.
But it was fire though.
It was amazing because we had the chef and then I had the massage and we had that pool and we had the sunset. It was just it was dope shit. But what I've been listening to, there's a producer out of UK called Vanilla. I've been, he's a lo-fi producer. He does a lot of jazz, funk, soul samples. But he has this new song out called Breeze, and I felt like it was perfect with the type of weekend that we had.
Ooh.
I mean, man. Top down.
Nah, I don't even remember hearing this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's new. I didn't add it to the playlist. I'm gonna add it to the playlist. Yeah. So that's Vanilla, UK producer called Breeze, and it's definitely a vibe for sure. Is there anything else that you have on the list, or is that about it for this week?
That's about it for this week.
You good?
Yeah, you good?
I'm good. I mean, I just can't start an OnlyFans. It's,
You disappointed?
I mean,
were you looking to start an OnlyFans?
I like looking at my options. I love that. Could have been another stream of income.
All money ain't good money.
I mean, you could look, but you can't touch.
So all money ain't good money.
I guess.
That's how I feel about it.
Damn.
You be alright though.
Oh man, guys.
You wasn't about to.
How do you know that? You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. I could have done an OnlyFans for my feet.
You want to do an OnlyFans for your feet? I'm okay with that.
No, see, nah. All right.
I'm all right with that.
Until next time, we will see you guys later. We are beefing. Off of vacation.
We're really not.
I can't start an OnlyFans.
She's really okay. She's gonna be fine.
Bye.
Deuces. She's not mad. She's all right.
I'm not. I'm mad.
She's all right.
I'm mad.
Deuces.